It was really interesting actually just talking to a few people earlier today, just about your business, and just really simply comparisons between your business and our business and how content drives your business, and is at the heart of you going forward. And obviously, content's at the heart of every single thing that Disney does. Anyway, so I thought I'd do due diligence this morning when I was preparing for this and actually look up what collaboration actually means according to the dictionary. Actually, it's got two meanings. The action of working with someone to produce something, or traitorous cooperation with an enemy. So, for the purposes of today, we are obviously focusing on number one. Okay? Just so I've got a job and you have a job. So just to give you a bit of background, so as Marco said, Disney Media Plus's role is to collaborate with brands and to share Disney's content. So we help brands to tell stories of their own and connect with consumers. So, and later on, what I've done is collated 4 or 5 case studies to share with you actually how this has worked for us over the last few years. And how, and obviously most importantly to this, how significant the collaboration is in all of these partnerships and how difficult it is at many times. But first of all, just to take you through a bit of Disney the brand. So at the heart of everything Disney does is storytelling. Everything we do must be trustworthy, it has to tell a story, it has to be creative, and most significantly, it has to have heart. It's our heritage, and it's what we will continue to be at the foundation of who we are as a company. But one of the lovely things working at Disney is that everything is about fun and about, for us, delivering fun to the consumer. And that's absolutely lovely. It's also really lovely. I've got 3 young girls, 3 children, who obviously absolutely love the fact that I work at Disney. I'm probably one of the few working mums whose children beg me not to stop work. Never leave your job, mummy. Which is absolutely lovely. And what Disney does as a brand is it does bring people together. It creates those exclusive, inclusive family experiences for people of all ages to share. And it is that deep emotional connection that we have with kids, with families, young and old, that's really powerful from a brand perspective. And building this relationship through collaborations with our partner brands is a really important thing to our business, and especially so going forward. And there's many things, but at the heart of Disney, Disney's values, and the values that we can deliver for other brands. And that's really what makes the collaboration with Disney unique. We call it magic. I often say that I go out and I just sell magic. And it's interesting to know, obviously when we go and talk to people, what people think when they hear Disney's on the agenda, because people have obviously very personal experiences of Disney and their own Disney memories. And people often have really strong first memories of when they experienced Disney. Mine was actually going to the cinema. I was probably 7, 8, to go and see Fox and the Hound. Some people have music, like the Lion King music, or significant pieces that really strike home to them. Or they read Marvel comics when they were young, or if they were lucky enough, they got to go to Disneyland when they were young. But there's loads of different things that kind of resonate with an individual of what Disney means to them. And it is the breadth of the Walt Disney Company that is so huge. Obviously, we have the iconic Disney. It all started over 90 years ago with the mouse. And then there's Pixar. With, Marvel. those three brands I'm sure you all know very well, and also recognise, you know, that music, everybody knows it, it's part of an institution. Yeah, there's many more parts to Disney. You know, there's ABC, there's ESPN, and all the brands below, from the Muppets to Winnie the Pooh. And anybody who has children will probably know at the moment Frozen. It's a huge cultural phenomenon. You're probably hearing your children singing Let It Go many times, day or night. So creating these emotional touch points for the whole family is something that's really visibly central to Disney's brand promise. There was a time when Disney was particularly female focused, but now with brands like Marvel and Star Wars, it really gives boys and obviously dads a meaningful and really relevant relationship with us. So we're delivering entertainment, stories and characters that they really want to engage with. And this is, in fact, is Disney's ecosystem. It's a real deliberate strategy on how we stay connected to everyone. So whether it's a grandparent buying a grandchild their first Winnie the Pooh toy from Disney Store, whether it's families visiting our park, whether it's a preschooler playing the Disney Junior app, they are all, they're all ways of how the brand connects with consumers. And the beautiful thing with this is that we're not prescribing the way that people take this journey. It can start with Avengers or Guardians of the Galaxy, or it can start with Disney Fairies or Cinderella. But the outcome is that people create their own stories with these brands. So Disney Media Plus, that's us in the centre there, the plus. So we sit at the heart of the company, and we were set up 3 years ago to become this one point of contact for people, to enable people to access the whole of our business. It's quite a beast. So in order to enable people to work across all of our platforms and all of the industries we work on. So you can imagine that alone requires huge collaboration internally and incredible communication skills between all the different bits of the business. I was saying to Pauline earlier, the meetings that take place at Disney is something that we have to overcome. And there's all these different moving parts that there has to be, it's part of the way that we need to evolve as a company, of how you manage to be so much tighter and be more effective in our communication as well. So as a team, we're really passionate about creating promotional, advertising and marketing solutions for like-minded brands. So what I'm going to do now is just talk you through some of these magical collaborations. So firstly, Sky. Sky is a fantastic partner of ours from a distribution point of view, a massive partner of Disney. But through the internal collaboration that we have with Disney, we broadened this relationship to their marketing team. So last Halloween, Pixar were releasing a TV special on Sky, being broadcast on Sky, called The Toy Story of Terror. So it was just a short. So the Disney Media Plus team worked closely with the Sky Broadband team and then planned this full integrated campaign. So it was promoting the short and promoting Sky Broadband's super fast fibre optic service. So I've got a clip here, so you don't have to listen to me, to talk about the campaign.
Only a kitty cat classic misdirection.
For the launch of Toy Story of Terror, we partnered with Sky Broadband, who wanted to promote their Sky Fibre superfast broadband. At Sky, we all love the Toy Story characters so much, and we're super excited to hear there was a new Toy Story short coming up that we could tie in with. And there was great synergy between Toy Story of Terror and our main campaign proposition, Frighteningly Fast Fibre. We ended up with a fully comprehensive through-the-line campaign.
Bum, bum, bum.
One of the ways we did this is a custom animated 50-second spot, which we created with the animators at Pixar Studios in San Francisco.
Okay, who else is on the internet?
This is the first time that Pixar Animation had ever done something like this for a partner outside of a movie release, so it really broke new ground for both parties. It was an incredible place and a great experience to meet the directors of Toy Story.
Everyone, please. Wi-Fi 2000 can't handle this many users at the same time.
Anyone else got any bright ideas?
As well as the TV spots, we took our great characters and used them in a fantastic outdoor campaign which included traditional and digital sites and an enormous building wrap on Sky Studios in West London. We also created some fantastic online banners and had great print presence with full wraps of the Evening Standard and the Metro.
Well, that did the job.
This was a first for us at Sky, bringing two brands together in a partnership like this. It was also the first time we've been able to pull assets through the line for a broadband campaign, from TV right through to trading activity. The Toy Story characters really did make the campaign. Even though the aliens don't appear in Toy Story of Terror, Sky told us that they were particular favourite characters of theirs, so we made sure that they were really prominent in all the executions. The campaign was a great success for Disney and for Sky. It was 30% above Sky benchmarks for enjoyability. The campaign scored above average for noticeability, and social media and online buzz was overwhelmingly positive. We saw over 2 million views on YouTube in the first week alone. The campaign was extremely successful. We actually loved the campaign so much that we've now entered it into 4 awards.
All right.
The campaign really set the benchmark creatively at Sky for all their campaigns going forward. We really enjoyed working with Sky on Toy Story of Terror because of our shared values, our shared love of the characters. We're so excited to be already discussing new projects with Sky, with Pixar and with our other Disney studios.
I wouldn't want to miss it.
So, this is the ending?
Yes. I'd say they'd be running the credits about now.
So you see, that really earmarked the first time Pixar, as they said in the video, Pixar had worked outside of, you know, creating straight content, working with a movie, so it broke new ground. Now it's interesting, Pauline was like, how do you measure these things? You know, the success of this individual campaign was, you know, was incredible, you know, and it was a hugely collaborative effort, not the fact that Pixar aren't in the UK, so coordinating conference calls, you know, on a very regular basis, because as you can imagine, Pixar want to see Pixar and Sky, both companies of those size, want to be involved in every second of the way. You're just even organising that was a beast in itself. But what's incredible since then is we've had 2 further collaborations, one with Captain America for their broadband shield security, get creative there, and then another Toy Story one. And what's interesting about that even more is, you know, Sky's a big Disney partner anyway, and we talk a lot at Disney about strategic partnerships, and we talk a lot and we plan, you know, who are our strategic partners, which I find really interesting in that you can't call somebody a strategic partner unless they also see you as a strategic partner. And I think relationships like that only develop over time, and the fact that you can't necessarily plan it ahead. You do one, and success of the one that leads to another, and hopefully, you know, we've worked, you know, and now we're planning with Sky for what's coming next. You know, so we've had great learnings. There's been many hurdles to overcome, but ultimately, each of them are just driving success for both our brand and the exposure, and for their brands for all the objectives that they have. So the next one we have, this is a completely different type of collaboration. This is a marketing partnership we have with the government and Change for Life. So Disney are moving into the whole, we haven't actually got a name for this, the whole living well, there's lots of names being floated around at the moment, well-being space. Not necessarily about just eating healthily or just doing exercise, but about families being, you know, feeling good. it's part of Disney's responsibility, and it's such a big communicator to families to sort of speak out and, put something more into this space. So at the beginning of this, as this is being developed, we actually worked with the government with their Change for Life campaign. And they have the different sort of dynamic of their communication is quite straight, and they basically needed some help to put some fun into healthiness and to put some, just something that would engage the kids more. And obviously better to do that than Disney. I will just show you this little bit.
Come on, you lot. Let's shake things up this summer with some help from Change for Life and a little Disney magic. We've got loads of fun, free, 10-minute games, crazy skills, and cool moves to help get the kids up and active for at least 60 minutes a day. Search Change for Life and sign up for your free 10-minute shake-up pack and stopwatch.
So these guys didn't create any new content. He basically scoured through the archives of Disney and came up with 70 pieces of content that showed our characters doing something active, and they've used them throughout their campaign and on all their communication to sort of give kids come on, they're doing it, you do it too, or this is how we do it. But the person in our team who ran this campaign, I can tell you it was her life, day and night, just simply because of the amount of because of the government thing and because of the amount of stakeholders involved. And when I was talking about it with her this week, she said, now looking back, she said, it was a bit like a wedding cake, that there were these 3 tiers all the way along, these 3 distinct stakeholders. The Public Health England at the top there, then the collaboration with all of their external stakeholders, which were all of these agencies and actually many more on the right, and then intense collaboration with all of our Disney internal stakeholders and colleagues from different lines of business, because to pull this together it did require everybody working together. But again, it's been a massive success for Change for Life, and it starts to put us as Disney into this space. And no one definitely said collaboration was easy, that's for sure. Next one is British Airways. So, there's some fantastic brands that we've been fortunate enough to work with. So you get the creative link there. Airways Planes. So last year we released our first Planes film, and again this our first Planes movie, and this again involved many different agencies and huge collaboration. But in this relationship, a hell of a lot of trust, because that's what BA's and their delivery is based on more than anything else. BA had product placement in this film, and again I'll just show you a short film which tells you a bit more.
After huge success with the Cars franchise, we were really excited to launch Planes. We literally took to the skies, partnering with British Airways, and rolled out a fantastic campaign.
To celebrate the release of Disney Planes, British Airways and SeaWorld are teaming up for the high-flying offer of a lifetime.
At British Airways, we're always looking for new, topical and culturally relevant opportunities to engage with new audiences. And a tie-up with a great family entertainment brand such as Disney, coupled that with the subject of the film, was a real great fit for our brand.
Are you crying? Cry on British.
London Gatwick and London Heathrow were transformed with digital screens, light boxes, posters and signage, all featuring the Disney Planes characters. In the BA departure lounges, passengers could take their photo with Planes standees and post online using the Disney Planes BA hashtag. We had a great response to the interactive and online activity, and this element was crucial in driving further customer engagement.
On board, we continued that theming with not only the film being shown on our entertainment systems, but also incorporating content into our in-flight magazines. So children were exposed to the plane's content and experience right through their flight journey. We saw really high levels of engagement on our social channels and received hundreds of entries to our competition, where we asked young flyers to design a new plane's character. The winning entry was then drawn up by the illustrators from the film, which we thought was a lovely touch for the winner.
We had some really quirky elements, creating boarding passes for the premiere invitations, and introduced the film at the premiere with a fun take on the in-flight safety demonstration. We were also really pleased to invite British Airways staff to the London premiere and also hosted a star-studded Disney gala featuring key talent from the movie, including John Cleese and Terry Hatcher.
Wow, Telly hell!
But the teams worked really well, and as we had a shared vision of making sure the film got the promotion it deserved and that British Airways customers received an enriched experience, it all came together in a brilliant execution.
The British Airways and Disney Planes partnership was great fun to work on. It was a great fit creatively, delivered both parties some great results, and we're already in further discussions about how we can build on this success for the future.
We will have many adventures. We will laugh, we will cry, we will dance!
And again, we worked with BA this year on Planes 2, which actually there were many learnings in that experience because the campaign went live on the day of the Malaysian air disaster. So that required a lot of, again, communication and trust and moving forward how we could work together. And it'd be interesting to see, these have been quite tactical work with BA, but again, it's built up that working relationship, how we work, the trust, and how we collaborated, to understand each other's business, to know how we can take that relationship forward. Okay, my last example, because I just have to include this because it's a Frozen example, was none other than the brand Iceland.
Now we just have to survive this blizzard!
That's not Blizzard, that's my sister!
We've partnered with Iceland for the launch of Frozen, our major animated holiday release. The festive season is a key time of year for us both, so it was a great opportunity to work together to reach out to families over the holiday season.
Iceland is the frozen food expert, so this was an opportunity we couldn't miss. There is a great brand synergy. Disney, focus on family, Iceland, focus on family, so this just felt like a perfect fit.
Hang on!
I like that!
Whoa! Get your feet down, seriously, are you bracing a barn?
The key hook of the campaign was to offer Iceland customers a chance to pick up a complimentary child's ticket with a grocery spend of £15 or more. A major part of the media activity was the heavyweight national TV campaign, which included spots during some of the UK's highest profile TV shows.
Get your hands on a free child cinema ticket to celebrate the release of Disney's hilarious Winter Wonderland adventure, Frozen. The adventure starts in Iceland when you spend £15 or more.
This was the first time we'd ever put third-party promotion onto TV, but also across the Disney Channel.
We had a fantastic in-store presence, window displays, social media campaign, and reached out online to Iceland's customer database.
We've seen a massive response to this. We've had the highest redemptions from a partnership that we've ever seen.
We also had full-page adverts in national press to further extend the reach of the campaign.
This is awkward. Not you're awkward, but just because I'm awkward. You're gorgeous. Wait, what?
Following the promotion, our customer research has shown that the Iceland customer loved the Disney Frozen and Iceland partnership. We've really enjoyed working with Disney Media Plus, and we've worked well together to come up with some really strong creative ideas.
We've really enjoyed working with the team at Iceland, and we're thrilled with the levels of support, engagement, and redemptions from Iceland's customers. We're already looking at ways we can continue working with Iceland in the future.
You ready, Donna?
I was born ready.
So it was a bit of a move away from their prawn ring advertising that's followed that. So just to sum up, and essentially for us, the main reason I think why these particular collaborations were successful, and obviously there's many reasons, but with that exception, it was the clear shared goals. We both knew what we needed to get out of these partnerships. And over and above that, there was an understanding, actually, even more so as they go on to working with a brand again and again, an understanding of each other's businesses, and especially how the businesses work in terms of process. Yeah. And over and above all of that, I think it's also, you can't forget the fact of how important it is to have collaborative people. Because if the people working on the project aren't collaborative, then it all falls down as well. So, but the ultimate result, of working like this in a collaborative manner is obviously you create so much more value for both partners involved. And of course, we're also there to just deliver that little bit more extra magic. So thank you all for listening. Thank you.